Even though we got a glimpse of a more confident Randy Orton as he explains how he's defeated the Chamber opponents individually many times and he'll do it again at the Chamber, how he's now better than Batista and not equal to him. I think it's too late now for a fan like me to get behind Randy Orton as a champion. All that complaining he did about John Cena having to defend his WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I just not buying it now. I'm just waiting for the day for someone to defeat Randy Orton. Then we get the news that over the next few weeks building up to the Elimination Chamber, Randy Orton will be going on one with each opponent. So at least we are guaranteed Orton to be in a match or a match each week. We know what the main event's more likely going to be. Started off with the one that I thought would have been the final match, unless they're trying to give Daniel Bryan the easy break going up to the Chamber. The main event tonight is Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan. Bad News Barrett, one of my favourite characters in the WWE today, something I look forward to each week. Yes, he spoke at the Super Bowl, great promo, but the moment I was waiting for was someone to step up to Barrett. And the WWE chose. Bad News Barrett, one of my favourite characters in the WWE today, and one part of Raw I look forward to each week, did great talking about this Super Bowl and the fans that watch it. But the moment I was waiting for eventually was someone to stand up to Bad News Barrett. And who did the WWE choose? Jerry the King frickin' Lawler. Out of all the possible faces you could have had teasing a feud or a step up to Barrett, you chose Jerry. I don't know what the WWE are thinking. Hope it's a one off. If not, I think this is a bad move, WWE. A bad move. Christian, another chamber wrestler from SmackDown, ends up defeating Jack Swagger. Okay, you expected it, but the thing that is starting to be teased is Zeb Coulter not being happy with Swagger, Swagger possibly turning face. But WWE, haven't you realised anything you do with Swagger never works out? Maybe you could have gone with Zeb Coulter falling out with Cesaro so Cesaro can get pushed further. And plus, isn't Cesaro in the Elimination Chamber? So for him to branch off on his own may have been better for a possible push and for a better direction for him going into the Chamber. Following Brock Lesnar's interference last week during the Tag Team Championship match, the Rhodes Brothers get another rematch, but in a steel cage against the New Age Outlaws. And I'm really glad the New Age Outlaws retained, because going up towards Mania, you want the bigger matches, the bigger names. So for New Age Outlaws to hopefully go into Mania as the champions, I think it would make possibly their championship loss to another tag team bigger. So I'm glad for that result. The best thing about this match was the fact that Cody Rhodes, who in my opinion needs a standout moment to get him back to be taken seriously, was a moonsault from the top of the cage. Road Dogg gets knocked out against the cage, fell onto his back. Cody Rhodes moonsaults off the top of the cage, but Billy Gunn picks up the win following that. But that brilliant, well done, Cody. That gave you the attention from that match, which is exactly what you need. Because if you're going to branch off from WrestleMania Chamber as a spotlighted wrestler, things like that are going to help. If you guys watch SmackDown or read spoilers, you would see the primetime players split. And on Raw, Titus O'Neil defeats Zack Ryder. Easy match, easy win. But my question is, let's say Titus O'Neil goes into a feud with Darren Young, defeats him, comes out the winner. Where does Titus O'Neil go then? Where can you see Titus O'Neil going next? Yes, he's a good performer, better than Darren Young out of the two, but I don't see where Titus O'Neil could go from here. Do you think he'll get a push and then fail? Or do you think he's actually going to make it somewhere? The return of Santino made me smile. I loved it. The disappointing thing is, he was meant to have a dance-off with Fandango, but instead it turned to a dance-off between Summer Rae and Emma from NXT. Emma won by doing whatever dancing she did, and even though Summer Rae was the better performer, the fans still vote Emma, the new face, the new diva to eventually come into the WWE. But guys, do you know what I was really hoping for? Santino comedy. I was hoping for him to insult Fandango. Just have a big rip off, maybe face Fandango and defeat him. Just something more of a welcome back Santino. No, none of this dance off. Sheamus could have defeated Curtis Axel and Ryback in a handicap match. But welcome Sheamus, you defeated Curtis Axel in a singles match to show that you're back and you're ready for your spot in the Elimination Chamber. Batista will be facing Del Rio at the Elimination Chamber. This segment, I don't know why Batista got so frustrated over Del Rio. Del Rio is nowhere near Batista's level. Del Rio's career is going down the drain quite rapidly. Batista's not going to save him because we know when the match comes around, Batista is going to thrash Del Rio. But well done, Del Rio. You got yourself a big match for one pay-per-view. The commentators during the Shield win over Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, and Biggie Langston, they mentioned that Ambrose has held on to that United States Championship for too long now. He needs to defend it, and in my case, lose it. That is a valid point. I'm really glad that someone pointed it out. It's just a shame that the commentators had to point it out and not frickin' the people writing this. But maybe Langston was in this match to eventually continue the tease of Langston versus Dean Ambrose for the mid-card championships. Maybe. Wouldn't mind seeing it. But when will it happen? Chamber? No. There's the 3-on-3. WrestleMania? No, because the Shield might face each other. The second thing to take away from this match is that they did continue teasing a breakup, as Roman Reigns didn't look impressed when Ambrose picked up the win. The third thing to take away is the Wyatt family promo. They all got to say something. Bray Wyatt summed up the Shield. I look forward to Bray Wyatt promos. Very entertaining. And Shield, run. Later in the night, after the Wyatts defeat R-Truth, Xavier Woods, and Dolph Ziggler, yeah, great trio there too, we have the Shield promo against the Wyatts. And the thing I'm going to take away from this is playtime's over. The match at the Elimination Chamber should be a great one because most of the Shield's 3-on-3 have been really good. Great spots, great movement for each member of the Shield, and this should also benefit the Wyatts. So the way they did these segments, 2 matches, I thought was very good, and it's given me some interest to their match at the pay-per-view. Naomi defeats Xana. AJ, just give her a match, defeat her, and prove that you're the best diva there is. No one's going to defeat you for the championship until the WWE decide to bring in an NXT wrestler, even though that wouldn't really be believable if you beat the likes of Natalya and other long reigning divas in the WWE. The main event, Daniel Bryan defeats Randy Orton in a very good main event match. You expect these two when they're both fighting to prove who should be the face of the company and who should be champion. But this match, when Kane got involved, I did question that a little bit. You had Daniel Bryan win after a good performance, and I didn't think Kane was needed unless Kane and Bryan are going to feud against each other again. I felt the only thing you could have added to this match, which would have made more sense, is Triple H. If Triple H decided to appear on the Titantron or to be the one to pedigree Daniel Bryan following Raw, I just felt that Triple H would have been a better choice than Kane. Other than that, the main event match was great. I enjoyed it. A good finish to Raw, and it puts Daniel Bryan fans in a higher mood because he's beat Randy Orton. And that's Raw. Next week we have a guest host, Betty White. Guest host, Betty White. I'm trying to sound positive or feel positive about this, but guest hosts, really? You're bringing that back? And we have the return of Mark Henry. Hopefully Mark Henry can lay out Betty White, unless Mark Henry's going to be a face. And yeah, that's what's coming up next week. And we find out who Orton's going to face next. Maybe Mark Henry can take out Christian to go into the chamber. Take out Cesaro, go into the chamber. I don't know, but this week didn't really excite me too much. And one big thing that was missing from this Raw, the fans noticed it. CM Punk. CM Punk. I'll link you to my video about CM Punk in the description box below. And people, share your thoughts about everything. Goodbye.